Hello, my fam. It is Perez, and my therapist took off last week, so there was a lot to fill him in on. I just got done with my session, and I will get to that in a bit and continue my therapy chronicles. But first, Natalie Nunn and I are getting the people talking. I know that most of you have no idea who Natalie Nunn is. I'd guess 98% of you have never heard her name before, but she and I are linked because back in the day, I used to host the Bad Girls Club reunion specials, and I've said this time and time again. Natalie Nunn is one of the most memorable Bad Girls Club alums. I was excited about the possibility of hosting the reunion for this new iteration of the Bad Girls, a version airing on the Zeus network. And I saw a video over the weekend of Natalie with this guy that I had never heard of before. And she said in that video that he should host the Bad Girls Club reunion now and not me. I have only ever been publicly and privately supportive of Natalie Nunn. I've said repeatedly, she's great on television. I've said repeatedly, I respect her hustle. I've spoken to other Bad Girls Clubs alums in private saying positive things about Natalie Nunn. And others have said not so positive things about her to me. And I unfollowed her when I watched that video of her saying, Perez was fine back in the day, but you should host it now. How did she think I was going to react? How did she expect me to feel? I'm not even that bothered because I expected this from her. She's a snake. She's a snake, and I don't need that fakeness in my life. She did apologize to me. And I said, cool, not that bothered. I expected this from you. So I accept her apology. That was nice of her. And hopefully she didn't get all butthurt when I was honest back and I said, I expected this from you. It didn't hurt me, but it disappointed me. Because I thought that we were cool. You know, I honestly have... Whatever. So that's for the few people out there who care about Bad Girls Club tea and me. Now on to my happy life. Things over the last 2 weeks have been too good. I was like, what am I going to talk about? And then I ended up talking about all the really good things that happened and realizing I'm in such a good place. Such a good place, but not a fake place either. It's not like every day I'm waking up and like, oh, I love my life. I'm living the best life. I did tell my therapist that I had been having some sad thoughts recently. Thinking of my mom passing and picturing that and acknowledging that my dog, Teddy Hilton, is also old and real old. He's going to be 14 years old this summer, and thinking about his death. And my therapist, who is very wise and I love, said that sad thoughts balance us, ground us, help us to feel, and it's good. They're good. It's the psyche's way, he said, of preparing us for things, arming us, equipping us with what we need in this moment to settle and feel. And I said, you know what? I've done so many things that I wanted to do recently. I've done all the self-care things. I want to set a goal for myself this week that's small. Like, I want to just take a bath. I want to take a bath and enjoy that. I've been still going on my daily walks, getting my sleep. Although, this was like, if this is what I have to complain about, then my life is real good right now. I said, there have been a few days this week where I wanted a second cup of coffee because I revealed to you guys that I've cut back to just 1 cup of coffee a day. But this is what makes me happy in life now. And you know you're old when this makes you happy. This is not a plug, by the way. Actually, I'm not going to, oh, I'm not going to mention the brand. I'm not going to mention the brand, but somebody sent me, because hello, I should get paid for that. But if you research, maybe you can find your own version or whatever. Somebody sent me a syrup, not anything new, but it was new to me. And I've been putting this syrup in my coffee. And I use these K-Cups because it's so quick and convenient. But K-Cups, the Keurig, that coffee tastes like doo-doo, all right? And I used to put in cinnamon because the cinnamon helps with metabolism. And I still do sometimes in the morning. But as like a treat for myself, a few days over the last week, I put this syrup in the coffee in the afternoon. This syrup is 0 calorie, sugar-free, fat-free, no carbs, gluten-free. It's like too good to be true. I'm like, what is in this syrup? How is this syrup real? So I mentioned to my therapist that over the weekend, there was one day that I brought my mom something home to eat and the kids as well. And I didn't feel like I wanted to indulge in that. But I did want a coffee in the afternoon and I had it and it made me so happy. And this week started off wonderfully for me because I woke up to a cameo request, a business cameo request, which pays a lot more than a regular cameo request. I did that, got a great review. I recorded my podcast, which this week is really good. Yes, we talk about the whole Meghan Markle and Prince Harry drama. And actually, watching that made me really thankful that my life is boring at the moment, that my family is good at the moment. Well, for the most part, I have been dealing with issues with my youngest. My 3-year-old was sent home from school on Friday. The texts, I remember this. It said, Maite is having trouble regulating herself. She keeps running around the classroom and screaming. I spoke to her about it, even though like part of me is like, isn't that normal 3-year-old behavior? I mean, not all the time, clearly, but I think it's good that the preschool has set the bar and they have certain expectations of the kids, and I want my child to be within the expectations. But she'd been struggling last week at school, and I was like trying to do some self-reflection. Like, is that indicative of something going on at home? Like, I'm pretty sure my child is really happy. So I don't know what could be causing that right now, but she's good. My son, I took him to the, did I mention that recently? I don't think so. I took him to the pediatrician. I might have mentioned that on an Instagram live last week. I took him or maybe I did it. I don't know. I took my son to the pediatrician. He's put on a lot of weight. My pediatrician is not concerned, but something to be mindful of and work to help him be healthier. A lot of kids probably have put on weight. My son used to be so active, and my daughter, tennis, taekwondo, neither of them doing either of those anymore. But all my kids are healthy and they're happy. And, I told my therapist, necessity is the mother of invention. And even though it's a year now, literally, my kids' school closed last March 10th. They were the first school in Los Angeles to say, and it's been a year. And I'm suffering pandemic fatigue, like most people, suffering pandemic jealousy, seeing people that I know post, like they live in New York and in LA, like they got the vaccine. And I'm like, I don't want to be that a-hole. Be like, how did you get the vaccine? Because it's none of my business, like, oh, what are your pre-existing conditions? I'm still waiting, but soon. Like, the end is near. Probably, realistically, sometime next month, I will probably be able to get it. I hope, I pray. And I really would love the Johnson & Johnson one and done. But I told my therapist, like, life is good. Yes, my mom is still in a rut. My mom still is not leaving the house. My mom still is crazy, but she's healthy. And I've got my spring break trip to look forward to. And my life is good. My family is normal. My family's not airing out their dirty laundry on international television. And I did today also, I was on a British news show talking about the royal drama. And, it's just nice after all these years, 17 years later, that people still want my opinion on big pop culture moments. Tomorrow, or when you're watching this today, Tuesday, I'm doing another thing. I'm doing it yesterday. I did the 5 p.m. evening news for ITN in the UK. Tuesday this morning, I'm chatting with Closer Magazine. And then Wednesday, tomorrow, I'm doing something with Business Insider. Not about the Royals. Today is about the Royals. But it's just, I don't know. It's nice to feel like I'm still relevant. And feel like I'm not yearning for anything except for I'm yearning for more selfishness. Well, no, it's okay. I was telling my therapist early today, Monday morning, I was going for my daily walk. I felt really good about today. I got the cameo. I had my podcast. Podcast turned out great. Yesterday, I had a kind of a chill day and I was able to get a lot of work done ahead of time. So today, I wasn't as stressed as I would have been. And I was going on my walk and I was just thinking about having more children, but realizing that I can't afford more children on my own. The thought of men did not even enter my mind. The thought of having children in a few years did, but then that's when my brain is like, do you really want to have another child or two when you're in your late 40s or 50s? That just means you're going to have to delay your selfishness. Because when my kids are all 18 plus and adults, my life will be about just my happiness first and foremost. Obviously my kids too, but they're going to be living their lives, adults, not needing me as much. Kids will still always need their parents, but still, I was telling my therapist, this made me so happy this past week. I've cut back on Clubhouse, but I did host one room on Sunday. It was a chat with John Cameron Mitchell, who is truly a hero to me and somebody that I can call a friend. Like, he calls me Mario. He calls me Mario. Um, and I worship John Cameron Mitchell. Hedwig and the Angry Inch is my favorite musical of all time. And just getting to spend an hour talking to him moved me. And especially, he said one thing that really resonated so deeply with me. He said, it's not about, and to everybody, he said it to everybody. He said, it's not about how many likes you have on Instagram. It's about how you touch people, the connections that you make. And I really hope going forward, I'm able to touch people more in many different ways. I hope I'm able to elicit laughter and inspiration and just provide a continued distraction from the difficult times that we're in or circumstances that people may be suffering from or experiencing. And I did say to my therapist, if I were to retire right now, which I don't want to because I still love what I do, love. And I said that, and then I said, no, love. No, love was my first thing. I said that. If I had the time to devote to it now, I would love to be in a production of Hedwig and the Angry Inch. But I don't want to do that now because learning that one person, it's a 2-person show, but mainly a 1-person show. Learning all the dialogue and just the accent and the moves and everything, it would require 2-3 months of my time, I'm guessing. And then doing the show often, it'd be really demanding, and I'm not there yet. But I will be in the future. But I do want to connect with you all. So I hope that when we can, that I can find a way to get back on stage somehow. Maybe ideally, I would love to do some live podcast shows in several cities. Trying to manifest that, put that out there. Do some live podcast shows or something on stage. I don't know. Or just me talking, doing Hot Topics live. That could be something. Maybe I could do it in Vegas. Hot Topics live in Vegas. If anybody in Vegas is watching, I think that's a good idea. Hit me up if you're interested. Or anywhere. Well, ideally Vegas because I love it. But actually, I would do that anywhere this summer. If I could get a gig for 2 or more weeks somewhere this summer, that'd be so fun. Because people are going to want to get casinos or hotels or wherever are going to want to have people come back. Let me help them help you get people back. What else? Yeah, I'm excited for my trip. I'm excited that I've got some great activities coming up that I've got planned with the kids. Necessity is the mother of invention, as I mentioned. And you guys haven't even seen all of the things that we've been getting up to because I haven't shared. I still haven't uploaded all of my Christmas content. And it's March, and I and the kids have gotten to do so many fun things in January and February. You're going to see those videos. And yeah, I just love being a dad. I still love my job. I love that I'm in a much better place than I was a year ago. I'm feeling strong. Happy, free, and grateful. What else did we talk about? Nothing. I think that's it. My sister's good. Everything's good. Everything is really good. Thank you for watching. Please check out my podcast. I'm very serious. This week is awesome. They're always good, all right? The Perez Hilton Podcast with Chris Booker on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or directly at perezpodcast.com. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Tumblr, Triller Clubhouse. If you're watching this on Tuesday this evening at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, Hot Topics Live with me on the Triller app on the Perez Hilton Show. I do that every Tuesday night at 9:30, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Get a cameo from me, a personalized video greeting on the Cameo app or directly at cameo.com/Perez Hilton. Hit the like button, leave a comment down below, not just in the chat box. Thank you to anybody who may have super chatted me here. Share this video. If you're a super, super duper member of my fam, turn notifications on. And thank you to anybody who has ever supported me. I send you all a big hug. Mwah! Bye!